Hey everyone, Master Joe Pool here with MVP Martial Arts in conjunction with the YMCA Martial Arts Program. Today we're going to go over our kata form, our basic form 1 kata form, 4 directions. We don't spend a lot of time doing multiple forms and katas in the beginning, more so because I want to focus on the practical application of the martial arts, as well as just working on your form and you're working on your forms and your techniques as we go along. But as we go further in your advance, we will go through more forms and learn different katas. But for right now, this particular form is important because it really works on your stance. It works on your low block, which can be modified into other blocks, and it also works on your step strike or step punch. So starting off with 4 directions. 4 directions is normally started from the Budo position. Normally what you will hear me say is 4 directions. The class will repeat 4 directions. I will then say meaning. When I say meaning, the class will normally say basic form 1. Once that's been established, I will tell you how I want you to do the form. I will either tell you doing the form by my count, or I will say on your own count. If I say my count, that means you will follow each move. When I give a count, when I say 1, you'll do the first move. When I say 2, you will do the second move, so on and so forth. If I say on your own count, you would just wait for me to say ready, begin, and then you would do it on your own. If it's with multiple students, you will have to make sure that you're moving together as one and keeping as one. If it's with by yourself, obviously you have the ability to move as fast as you feel comfortable, as long as you're doing the form correctly and efficiently. So let's begin. Let's talk about the form itself. Again, from the position of Budo, I would say 4 directions. 4 directions. What's the meaning? Basic form 1. On my count, the first count, the first movement, again, is going to be step forward and punch. We always begin with the left foot. We always begin with the left foot. So your first movement will be moving your left foot to your fighting stance position, but at the same time, you will be chambering your hand to the side to simultaneously, when you step, you're going to throw your punch, and you're also going to take your right hand and chamber it back into a rear elbow. So it's going to look like this. Chamber, step forward, and as you step forward, you're throwing your punch and you're chambering that elbow right back into someone's stomach. So when you step forward into that punch, again, you should be in that fighting stance. So again, from Budo, chamber, step forward, punch, and rear elbow. So from the side view, again, it's going to be chamber, step forward, and punch. Step forward and punch is all together, all right? But I just wanted you to see the actual movement when you punch, and that rear elbow is coming back. And if you notice, I'm straight up and down. My back is straight. I'm sitting in my stance, not leaning forward. I'm not leaning back. My knees are bent. And again, my arm is parallel to the ground. So once again, step forward, punch, chamber to the rear. Now, that's 1. Your second movement is very simple. You're not moving your feet. You're not stepping. What you're actually doing is shifting, which will put you right back into the fighting stance. It's just like doing a switch stance. When you're switching around, when you're going onto the balls of your feet and switching, your hands again will come up into that double cross position, double block position. And once you go into that double block position, from there, that your left now becomes that chambered elbow. Your right now becomes that low block. So again, from this position, the count would be 2. You will switch. You're blocking, low block, and rear elbow simultaneously. Now, again, 1, 2. Very simple. All right? That's really the entire kata. It's just that you continue to do the same thing over and over again. You're doing it 1 direction, 2 directions, 3 directions, 4 directions. That's why it's called 4 directions, obviously. So again, what it's going to look like is from here, step punch, cross low block, step punch, cross low block, step punch, cross low block, step punch. And that's the full 4 directions. That's the actual going through the actual movements, each one. So a step punch, cross low block, step punch, cross low block, step punch, cross low block. It's just the same thing, repetitive over for 4 directions. So when you're doing 4 directions, obviously there's key ups, and as well there is a level of intensity that I want you to develop. Obviously I want the technique first, but being intense will help you focus and will actually help you zone into where you need to be so that you can give that level of intensity. I don't want you to learn, and one of the habits or one of the problems with doing katas and forms, sometimes you can get to the point where you're just going through the motion. And I don't want you to go through the motion. I want you to actually put the oomph into it so that you actually are striking. The whole scenario of what we're doing is fighting off people from multiple sides with very precise strikes and blocks. Okay, so when you get into doing this kata, when you get into doing this form, you need to see yourself actually fighting off folks. You really need to see yourself defending yourself against multiple assailants as they come. So fighting, again, your 4 directions and semi-speed, but level of intensity would look similar to this. All right, so from below, and I'll begin. That's kind of where you want to be. Now, the reality of it is, this is half the form. The other half is actually going in the opposite direction. We'll work on that once we get good with gluing the first part. And once we get the first part down, then we'll add the second part and we'll be good to go. If you have any questions about 4 directions, again, don't hesitate to ask. And as always, can't wait to see you in class.